people are joining us uh, so tonight, like you guys know, we'll be talking about the topic for tonight is technical analysis, to be more specific, crypto anatomy, and how you can identify and read candlestick Japanese chart. So I'll be sharing with you my screen. So please, if you can hear me, type one in the chat box. Okay, all right. I can see from the judge and some other people also. So let me know if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen. Please increase your audio a little more. Okay, no problem. So I believe you should be hearing me right now. My voice. So tonight, we finished the last time. We covered technical analysis, and today we are here again to go through it. The last time, my colleague, Mr. Wiz, was actually telling us about the definition of technical analysis, and then he wasn't able to share with you his screen. But today, we are glad to bring to you our curriculum that we'll be using in the community to teach. So today we'll be defining the technical analysis, and then we'll also be defining our candlestick chart, which is our Japanese chart that we use. So technical analysis, what's technical analysis, which is also TA. So when you hear in the crypto space, they say TA or they say FA. When you hear TA is technical analysis, when you hear DA is, when you hear FA is fundamental analysis. So technical analysis is basically the study of price movement through the use of charts. So we traders, we study the price movements in cryptocurrency as well as other assets as well. So we use technical analysis to determine price movement and price actions. So now today we'll be defining what is candlesticks. So candlesticks is it's a type of chart that we use to read prices, and we have a bullish candle and a bearish candle. So the type of chart that we are talking about when we say candlestick chart or Japanese chart, this is it in on here. So this we also have a chart that we refer to as a line chart, but and you can see from here we have all these other types of charts. We have hollow candles, we have volume candles, and then we have line charts, we have line with marks and all of it. But then the candlestick chart, which is the Japanese chart, this is the one we are using right here. So it's actually one of the best chart that you see most traders use. From here was the chart. Yes, okay. I can see the chart. Um, yeah, let me know if you can see it now. So the chart, type one if you can see the chart. If you can't, type two, please. So so nobody's seeing it. Okay. Just a second. I believe I have to share the screen. Let me share it. I don't know why it's. share the whole screen probably. Um, yeah, I think it should be shown right now. I want to share entire screen. Okay, how about now? If you are seeing the chart now, you can type one, please. Okay. That's nice. So this is our Japanese chart, uh, which we also refer to as the candlesticks. So now we'll go back to our presentation. So a Japanese candlestick is a type of price chart that shows the opening, closing on a high and a low point of each given period. So from this part here, you can see from our chart, we have this green candle. These things that look like a candle here. The reason why we actually call them a candle, you see this one is green and this one is red. This green one, we call it bearish candle. And this red one, we call them this one, we call it the bullish candle, the green one. And it has this kind of line in here. And beneath it also, we also have this red one also, which is our bearish candle. It has its opening and the closing, and then we'll come here so that we can define it. So you can see, to read a chart, the things you have to know is the high of the candle, which is this top here, with this black line here. And then we have the close of this candle. We have the open. So our bearish candle always open beneath. So the price here, for example, if it's Bitcoin that we are talking about right now, and we are talking about the bearish candle, it will open beneath. We have the low, which is this week, this line here. We can call it weak or we can call it low. We also have this line up here, which we can call the high, right? Which is also this, and then we have the close here, and we have the body of the candle, real body. So also the bearish candle has its open on the top, and it has the close here beneath. Mm, okay. So and the body of the bullish candle is green, and the body of the bearish candle is red in most cases, because this is just a color code that we use generally. But most traders as well, because of their preference, they they represent these candles with different colors at times. Some traders prefer to use, because they can color code it. Some traders prefer to use other colors, for example, like black or hash colors and stuff like that. But don't confuse the chart. So far, the open of the candle is beneath and it closes above it. That's a bullish candle. When it opens on top and closes beneath, that's a bearish candle. So just note that. So even here, you can see from this representation, the color of the candle gives vital information, right? So, like, so types of candles, right? We have different type of candles. And the candle patterns are classified into numbers and directions, right? We have single, double, triple, and continuation reversals, and also the reversals, right? So we have uh, patterns of candles, right? There are patterns in which you will see in your chart that these candles will perform, and you would know uh, the directions that market is about to make. So, and then we'll break this down, but I will also like to show you from our chart. So the last time I talked to you about chart patterns, we actually talked about different chart patterns. We talked about the wedge. We talked about channel and the support and the resistance. So today we want to focus more on reading the candles, right? So what you're gonna do. So functions of candlesticks, right? So we have sentiments, we have strength of trend, we have reversal points, we have retracement, and then we have entry and exit, right? So the sentiment we talked about the last time we talked about um, that we were talking about technical analysis, and we also talked about the strengths and reversal points, retracement and exit. So how we can use them to, but today we'll be going through them all over again. So when we talk about sentiment, so it has to do with um sentimental analysis in the market. And on our chart, it also reflects. So the strength of trend, we also use these our chart patterns, right, to identify the strength of a trend, right? So like this now, we have our Marabosu candle here. We have the hammer. We have the three stars here. And also we have strength of trend. We have reversal point. We have retracement and entry and exit, right? So these are actually the bullish candlestick patterns. Hello, can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Continue.
Okay. So in this case, the first patterns that we'll be talking about is the bullish reversal pattern, which appears at the end of a downtrend and it signals a reversal for an uptrend. So an hammer, if you see this pattern here, so you would see three consecutive down candles, and then you will see an hammer here. So it's actually a reversal for you. So the market uh, will create three consecutive down candles, and then you will see a candle that appears like it, that looks like an hammer, and then it's a reversal candle, right? So which is actually a bullish indication in the market. So a single candle pattern, it can signal an end of an bearish trend, a a bottom or a support level. The candle has a long lower shadow, which should be at least twice the length of the real body. So which is this is the real body that we're talking about around here. And then the length of the wick will be twice the body. So there will be a three consecutive down candle, and then you will see this. This here we call this a hammer, right? So we also have the inverted hammer. So the inverted hammer is the inverse, a single cannon pattern that the candle has a small body and a long upper shadow, which is at least twice, two times longer and then the real body than the real body. So this is identifying for us a downtrend. So the color of the hammer doesn't matter, though it's if it's bullish, the signal is stronger. An inverted hammer always requires further bullish confirmation, right? So this we are talking more of candlesticks right here. So in a more in-depth manner. So piercing line. All this, we need them to be able to, like, when you look your chart, when you look at your chart, we could actually look for also. Let's look for an example of a hammer or inverted hammer in our chart and see. Let's see if we can practically see them. And I would also love if anybody in the house also can identify a hammer. So let's look for an hammer in our chart. So from the BTC chart here, we are trying to look for to see if we can have an hammer. So basically what we'll be looking for is three consecutive down candle. Here we have three consecutive down candle, but then the next candle we have is not an hammer. So from here, you can see we have these three consecutive down candles, but the next candle that followed it is not a clear definition of what we can say is a hammer. So it's not. So we can still look for and say, okay, let's see if we can identify an hammer. So if not, we can also search another pair and see. Let's look for example, SRP or another interesting pair. If not, we'll just continue. So from here, here is actually a doji, but not an hammer. So we have three consecutive down here. We also have another three consecutive down here. But the next candle that came with it is not of a hammer. So we need an inverted hammer, it's not here. And this is on an hour time frame. This could have been like of it, but no. So we don't have a clear example, but then if I see an example, I'll show us. This could be. We go, this is an inverted hammer, but it doesn't meet our criteria. So let's move on. So we have this third one, which is the piercing line, a double candle pattern. The first candle listic is long and the bearish. The second candlestick opens with a gap down below the closing level of the first one. It's a big bullish candlesticks, which close above 50% of the first candle's body. Gold body should be longer enough. So this is almost like a, a hammer, right? So it has three consecutive down candle and also a three consecutive bullish candle. So it's a 50-50. So this is what we refer to as a piercing. So we also have the bullish Arami, a double candle pattern. The body of the second candle is completely contained within the body of the first one and has the opposite color. So far, if anybody has a question, we have a bullish Arami. A double candle pattern is similar to the Arami. The difference is the last day is a doji. The last one is a doji, right? So what do we call a doji? A doji is a candle in which the body is actually almost invisible. So I will show you a doji in the candle, and then in most cases, when you have doji in a downtrend, it's actually identifying you a bullish reverse. And then an example of a doji is this. You can see this is a doji, and afterwards, what you see is a bullish move. So whenever you see a doji after a downtrend, the next move is always an uptrend, and the if you also see it in an uptrend, it also like identifies to you like a downtrend. So this is another doji up here also. And after it occurs, the next thing you see is a downtrend. You can see if we were to measure this trend from here all the way down, created around 11%, right? And if we were to measure this trend from that is created from this area below, it's not that much, but it did at around 5.4%. So just to tell you, there was a little bit of pullback actually after the doji. It did more than that. Up to this area here. Before we had another doji from this area. And then so we have as in price action, we have different chart patterns. And the ones I discussed in our previous classes, also we have them in videos that are in our previous recordings. So now we are going in deep down, defining uh, candlesticks, right, in price action. So this is we just defined the bullish Arami. The double candle pattern is similar to the Arami. The difference is that the last day is a doji, right? Which this is our doji. So we have also the bullish engulfing pattern. A double candle pattern appears at the end of the downtrend. The first candlestick is bearish. The second candlestick should be open below the low of the first candlestick low and close above its high. So bullish engulfing pattern. So it creates these consecutive down patterns, and then there is this two candles or more that will appear, and then it covers these consecutive downtrends candles that have been printed. So we refer to these as engulfing. So when a candle engulfs a candle, you can see three consecutive or four consecutive down candle moves, but then you might have just one candle or two that will then cover up, that will engulf over these other candles here. So if we should go to our chart here, so we could look for an engulfing candle here. It's very easy to identify an engulfing candle. So for example here, we could see that this bearish candle here engulfed all of this pattern, all of these candles here. We have one, two, almost three of these candles here, which is bullish, and we have just one candle engulfing it. And this is a bearish scenario. But if we should be looking for a bullish scenario, um, let's look for a practical engulfing candle in our chart. So practically it's just a single candle or two of it that's uh, 1, 2, and then we have this. Here on Ethereum, I can't find something. So let's look for another pair. That's how I'll be. The network is a bit slow, but yeah, would be able to. That's how PUSDT. Spot target. Um, so look at here. So similar to what we have here, you can see our bullish engulfing right here would have this consecutive downtrend, and then you have one, two, at times three that will cover up these consecutive three or four candles. So the same thing on our chart here. We have one, two, three, four, and you just have one, two, three, and it covers up everything. So if you are seeing what I'm seeing, please identify in the chat box by typing one. Okay. So from yeah, the person that said that this is the first time that he's here and everything is looking kind of weird. Yeah, of course. So today we are actually talking about how we can read our charts. So we are talking about technical analysis. So here we trade using RoyalQ, but also we teach our community members on how to also do technical analysis so as for you to be able to analyze chart and give better instructions to your robot, which is your RoyalQ robot. So by the time you have this knowledge about technical analysis, you'll be able to, after you have accumulated this knowledge, you'll be able to instruct your robot better. So this person that is using user, if you are able to change your name the next time, probably change your name to your real name on the Zoom, so we'll be able to know your name and stuff like that. So yeah, so we are talking about the bullish engulfing. So for the bullish engulfing, you see we have this. In fact, this is just a very practical example. So we also have just one, two, three. We have this candle here, these three candles, and just these three, this whole move here, it covers it, you see. And the next thing you see, since it's a bullish engulfing, and it's the next thing we just saw this move here, a little bit of pullback, and the next thing you see, did another pullback, and then it went up or straight, right? And if we were to like measure this movement, you can see at around 6.8% move. So we won't go too far, but then I want to like touch most of the patterns that you will see. But if we are able to like, I don't want to touch everything, but I want to touch at least three of them, and I want to make sure that we understand these patterns very well. So by the time we see them on our chart, we can easily identify them. Okay. So I told us about this evening about candlesticks. So if there's anybody who knows how to identify a doji on our chart, I talked about doji not long ago. So if you know what's a doji, type two in the chat box, and I will ask you to unmute, and then we'll go through it on the chat. And you if you can get it right, probably by our next meeting, we'll be having someone who actually wins a prize. Same thing you are explaining is going on cookies. I don't understand. Good luck. So do we have someone here who knows what we just called the doji and what we said it does? Okay, we have Ijoma and that says she knows a doji. So what you can unmute and tell us what's a doji, please. Let's see if we are actually following up. Ijoma, please, can you unmute? And then probably we see another person who can tell us what's an hammer and an inverted hammer, if we can identify them on the chat. So, okay, I'll open our chat right here as I'm trying to unmute. Please, one of our leaders in the house to unmute, allow Ijoma and to unmute.
Go ahead and unmute, Ijoma.
Okay, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
A candlestick, a doji is a candlestick that has no body, like a plus sign.
Oh, yes, that's actually correct. So from this candles here, so that has a plus sign. Are we talking about this red one that I just indicated or this one?
Let
Can
me
you see my
see.
mouse? So which among these three? This one, or this one?
Let me see how to get you. I'm not seeing your mouse.
You're not saying, you're seeing it now?
Okay, yes, I'm seeing it now.
So which of it? This one, this first one, the second one, or the third one?
The green one.
The green one, this one?
Yes.
Okay. So you are an active member, right?
Yes, somehow.
Okay, by our next presentation, just remind me. So you'll be having a 5 USD.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
It means you're actually following us. So okay. Um, yeah,
Thank
that's how you identify it. And what do we say a doji like? What does he identify? Like when is it in a downtrend? What does this signify?
It means it's going to take another trend, maybe an uptrend.
Okay, yeah, it's an uptrend. If it shows up in a downtrend, it's a bullish indication, right? If you see it in a bullish trend, it might actually identify to you that there is a bearish trend moving downward. So the next thing we talked about this evening was the inverted hammer and the hammer. So if we have any other person that knows, so it's actually here. So I won't be asking any question, but then I would like to know if everybody here can knows what we say inverted hammer is. So if not, I would have to like explain again. So we won't we'll just talk about these three: the hammer, inverted hammer, and the piercing line. So the piercing line is more of like an indication, right? It's an equal like move. You have the definition is this: a double candle pattern. The first candlestick is long and bearish. The second candlestick is open with a gap down below the closing level of the first one. It's a big bullish candlesticks which close above the 50% of the first candle's body. Both bodies should be um, uh, long enough. The pattern shows that even though trading started with a bearish impulse, buyers buyers managed to reverse the situation and still their gains. The signal is moderate strong. So it's moderate strong. So the trend is going bearish, but at the point the buyers also they push the price back. And then we could say it's forming like a support and a resistance. So if you remember when we talked about China in the last topics that we did, I think like 2 weeks ago or three, I don't remember. We talked about China, we talked about support and resistance. So also, if we are talking about chart patterns, candlestick patterns, if you see a person line, so it's also almost like a support and a resistance, but then you can see them clearly. So if there's any question regarding these three topics that we talked about, the bullish candlestick patterns. So the bullish candlestick patterns, we have up to like 8 patterns here. So we shouldn't rush it too much. So a clear example also, you see, we have a clear example here of a bullish arami, but then we'll get to that. Let's just talk about these three this evening. So at least if we see those ones on our chat, and we have someone already that knows, who was a doji, and I believe we can also have another person that knows that can be able to like identify how might they see them on our chat and what it does. So is there anybody that can identify for us a hammer? So if there isn't anybody, but then if you have a question regarding what we've just said, you can just ask your question. If not, I would know maybe we should proceed and add maybe additional one or two. among the chart patterns. Is there any question? Okay. Tolu, please go ahead. You can unmute. Okay, the hammer. All light on the hammer. Ruben Nsini goes okay. On the hammer. Okay, yeah, definitely. So Tolu, what's your question, please? You can also unmute and ask the question, please. So someone said, please, more light on the hammer. Yeah, we'll definitely do that now. You're unable to unmute, Tolu. Okay. But you can just type your question if you're unable to unmute.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My question is that I don't know. I want to suggest if it is possible for you to give us to the outline of the candlestick. If you can give it to us on the platform so that we can read it on our own at our leisure time so that we can understand better. Then maybe in the next lesson, we can easily go along with you, sir. Because it seems for me now, this is my second time. Last Friday, I think, is my first time. Today is my second time attending because I'm a new member. So I think if you can give us a slide on our platform, you can easily go along and read it on our own. Then when we come to a live session like this, we can easily ask questions. So that is my suggestion, sir. I don't know if it is possible.
Yeah, definitely would give you some materials to read. This for the slide. This is something that we are using. We'll give you something to read definitely, and we also this section is recorded. So for this class particularly, you can go through it. So we always have this on our YouTube. But for the materials for the community, we have something that would actually definitely send for the community to read, so as to be able to follow.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks.
So for the hammer, let's go through it again. Let's know said it in yes, so for the hammer, right? So the hammer, you have 3 consecutive down candle, the bullish candle. This we say this is our bullish candle, and this is our bearish candle. So if you understand how to read this open of a bear, this we gave the destination of the bullish and the bearish candle. We said the bullish candle how it has is open below and it has its closes above. So the inverse is the case for the bearish candle. It has its open at the top and it has its close below. And then we have the wicks, right? Which we have the high and the low, right? So and then we have for the hammer. Now we have this is the hammer and this is the inverted hammer. So the hammer, you will see it appear after a down move, like a bearish move. 3 consecutive candle, it might be more than that, but then you will see the hammer, it has a body which is half, right? And then you will have a wick which is twice the body of the candle. And then if you see it after a bearish move, it's indicating a very solid upward move. In fact, from the definition, a single candle pattern, it can single an end of a bearish trend, a bottom or a support level. The candle has a long lower shadow, which should be at least twice the length of the real body. The color of the hammer doesn't matter, though if it's bullish, the signal is stronger. So in this case, you see it's bullish because it's green, right? But if it's like red, it's bearish, so it makes the signal a little bit like less strong. Since it's bullish like this, it makes the signal even more strong. And another thing that you will be able to use to identify a hammer is that the wick is twice the body of the candle, which means the length of the wick, right? You see it. In fact, you can see from here, this is the body, and this is the length, the wick also. We can call it the low or the wick, and it's twice the length of the body of the candle. So I hope I was able to like answer your question. Can you hear me? So for the person who said we go through, okay, same thing you explained. Okay, question, okay. But the person that said we should explain the hammer. So I just went through it, and I hope you were able to understand my explanation. Please, if you do, you can drop one in the chat box. So we have leader Ocean. Do we have leader um, we have the leader who wants to explain in one shot to us? Leader Sammy Don.
I don't think Leader Sammy is on this call.
So for tonight, we'll not teach. Yeah, okay. He said he understands the.
Leader
Okay,
Sammy, if you are here, you can just signify on the chat box. You can continue, Leader Abiola.
okay. So let's cover another. So since I explained the hammer, we can explain again the inverted hammer. So a single candle pattern. The candle has a small body and a long upper shadow, which is at least in 2 times longer than the real body. So the bearish, this is a bearish scenario for an inverted hammer. So it's actually the same thing, the same definition here, but then instead of us, so the inverted hammer, what does it say here? It says a single, the color of the hammer doesn't matter, though if it's bullish, the signal is stronger. An inverted hammer always requires a further bullish confirmation. So this is for an inverted hammer. So it's the same thing. It inverted, the body is always smaller, and then the wick is always twice the body. And when it's bearish, it's signifying a strong trend, right? So for the piercing line, a double candle pattern, the first candlestick is long and bearish. The second candlestick opens with a gap down below the closing level of this first one. Is a big bullish candlestick which closed above the 50% of the first candle's body. Both the body should be long enough. The pattern shows that even though trading started with a bearish impulse, buyers managed to reverse the situation and steal their gains. Signal is moderate strong, right, for the piercing. We talked about this, and I told you in the chart, if you were to compare this signal to like a normal, when you want to do your analysis, is almost like a double top or a support and a resistance. So we have a double top because why? If you draw your trend line up here to this one, we have double top. So let's go and see a scenario from our chart. We always want to have like a live example. Let's see if we can see a practical live example. Yeah. A practical example will be this. You can see. In fact, you can see if you check from here, you can see it's the same length. So look at the piercing line. You can see it always has like a double tone. So if this is this is the example from here, and it meets all our criteria. It's 50-50, bearish 50, the bullish move also the 50. So it's almost the same size. And then what does it say it does? A double bottom candle pattern. The first candle is long bearish, and the second candle opens with a gap down below and closing level of the first one. It's a big bullish candlestick which closes above the 50% of the first candle's body. But the body should be long enough. The pattern shows that even though trading starts with a bearish impulse, buyers manage to reverse the situation and steal their gains. So now, let's come back to our chart here. So there was a push down. Let's use our part 2. There was a push down to this area, to this week here. And then suddenly when the buyers, they came in here, there was an open here in the price. And you can see printed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In fact, they pushed this market down almost the same way, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see, and 5. And they also pushed it back upward almost at the same rate. And afterwards, you can see what happened. There was just a little bit of pullback from here. They pushed it upward. They pushed it down here. The buyers, they did the same thing, and just a little bit of pullback. and there was this up move. So it always identifies a strong trend for us in the market. So it's a bullish scenario always, like you can see. So just a little bit of pullback and it went up. And it didn't even stop there, just another pullback and we see an uptrend instant. So those are patterns in which when we train our eyes enough, we will see them in our chart. And when we see these things and we are able to like identify them, we are able to easily identify trend and take trades that are like profitable to us. So these are patterns in which different traders they trade different patterns, right? The last time I taught us about almost 4 to 5 patterns, but now we have even more patterns, right? These are our new curriculum that we are teaching that we included most of the things about price actions. We came with the best strategies, the best patterns that you can be using that will make you more profitable. So we have talked about these 3 patterns, and I don't want to rush us at all when it comes to these patterns, so as we'll be able to like grab the things very well. So for tonight, I think we should stop at this first 3. So as from our next class, we'll then talk about bullish harami. Then we go for also the other bullish harami cross and all of it. So if there's any question regarding these topics that we just treated about the functions of candlesticks and also the types of candles, that we talked about, and how you can also define the open and the closing, you can ask your questions regarding this. If there's any question, please, you can unmute and ask. If not, for tonight, we actually talked about the topics for tonight. We did justice for it. If there's some you don't see in this. Okay. So if there's any question, okay. CC Collins, please go ahead. You can unmute and ask your question.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my question goes like this. You said whenever we have the hammer, it means that the coins is about to rise. I think that's how you explain it to us.
Yeah.
So, is there any possibility that when there is another hammer like that, that maybe the coins can fall? So that's my question.
I don't get your question. Right? You said if
If there is a hammer when
mm,
when the candlestick is in bearish, so probably there is hammer the candle is already on the on bullish move. Can I use it like that, on bullish? So if there's another hammer during that bullish period, does that mean that the coin is about to enter bearish again?
so it's almost quite impossible for you to see a hammer uh, in an uptrend. In most cases, what you will see is a bearish or inverted hammer. So let me show you practically what I'm saying, even from the slide, right? So what do we call an hammer? A hammer is a candle that has a small body, right? That has no wick at all, highs, which the wick would be, you see, these are hammers, right? this is the bearish one, and this is the bullish one, right? So regardless of the either of the ones that you will see, you will always see it after a bearish move. But then if you see it at the top, right, it's identifying to you a downtrend. Those are also hammers, right? But then you will see those at the top, and then it's identifying to you a downtrend. This this is for a bullish scenario, right? And this is an engulfing candle, and you will see this in a bearish scenario. This is an engulfing candle. You will see this in a bullish scenario. So the example we gave to you here, right? For the bullish scenario here, you will always see a hammer which is green, but it doesn't mean that you cannot see an hammer that that doesn't come with a red, a bearish uh, candle. If it's bullish, it makes the trend stronger. In this scenario, this is identified after a down move, and you see a hammer here. It's identifying for you a bullish move. But if you now see the hammer as a bearish candle after the down move, it identifies to you there is a trend, there is an uptrend, possible uptrend, but it's not that strong. I don't know if I was able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. So if there's another question, if there isn't, we'll be wrapping up. So in absence of no other question, for tonight we are actually like done. There's another person raising on his hand. Ernest, please you can
Yeah,
unmute.
okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for the special class tonight. We really appreciate your efforts. But I have a question. Okay. So my question.
Hello. Things network. The network actually threw this yesterday. Wow. All right. Mhm. That was bad. So is there another person that has a question? I think the network threw him out. In the absence of no other question, we'll be calling it a day for today. Without sharing, please, you can take over. I think Leader George also wanted to Leader George, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening. Mr. Sammy is unavoidably absent from today's Zoom. And my own, I was supposed to talk after his class. What was the trading mindset should be after his explanation, but since he's not present, so I think he might join us tomorrow or on Thursday. So when he comes, then I can talk. Thank you.
Okay. Without sharing, please, you can wrap up the presentation for us, please. Without sharing.
Leader Abiola, thank you so much. We have our co-host here that is just joining us, Leader Wiz. I believe that on Friday we'll be having you.
Oh, Leader Wiz,
Um,
I didn't even see that he joined us. So
yeah.
NS also came back also. Please,
More
NS.
apologies. Sorry for cutting you. AB and sorry, this is your name. I beg. Man know how to pronounce. I beg, no verse. One day I go know how to pronounce. All right, apologies for coming late. Apologies. I believe Abiola has actually done the needful, like he has explained everything that he's supposed to explain concerning candlestick and all of that. So I believe he has given it because this is the basic, and I believe he has done the needful. Apologies on my side. I had stuff I needed to attend to. Though I promised that today, Monday, I'll give you guys an in-depth knowledge about it. But I trust Abiola. Yes, I trust him. He's a good analyst. I trust him so much. So I know he has done what he's supposed to. So maybe on Friday, let's see how it goes. Apologies. Apologies. All right.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Ines, yeah, you can please ask your question, please.
Okay, I'm really sorry about. I think the network kicked me off. So my question was, I was asking, does this candlestick does it work on a certain time frame? Like I noticed we are using 4 hours time frame. So I want to know, is there any time frame that is best for the candlestick? Then the second question is, maybe if you have an upward time trend or downward trend, is there any type of candlestick that will help you to say, okay, this trend will continue to go up, or maybe it's going to continue going down? So that's my two questions.
Abiola, please permit me to answer this question. Permit
Okay.
me.
Okay.
All right. The first question you asked, you said the candlestick patterns you disclose to them if there's a particular time frame you want to see it on. Yes. If you see a particular candlestick pattern on the monthly time frame, trust me, it's very powerful. If you see it on the weekly time frame, also very powerful. And if you see it on the daily time frame, very powerful. Once you see a particular candlestick pattern on higher time frames, you just have to like respect it because it's going to at some point on the lower time frame it will look like it's not aligning to the objective it's supposed to follow. For example, you see, let's say, a hammer on the monthly time frame. At first it will look like market is looking bearish, but it's trying to grab liquidity before it goes to its original direction. So if you see it on monthly, weekly, daily, those are very powerful time frames. So you just have to see how to follow your structure to align with what you've seen. Then your next question, remind me, please.
Okay, my next question is, maybe say if a time frame is going up, is there any candlestick that will help you to say, okay, this trend will continue going up, or maybe this trend will continue going down?
Yes, for example, there's something happened on euro dollar. If you go to your euro dollar chart on the daily time frame, there's a candlestick formation, 3 candlestick pattern. I don't know if Abiola has gotten to that part, like the 3 candlestick pattern. Before we go into candlestick patterns, candlestick pattern helps us to tell direction, which is continuation or reversal. Now, the continuation you're talking about, if you go to euro dollar charts, the daily time frame, you see 3 consecutive bullish candle. That 3 consecutive bullish candle are they call it 3 black soldiers, something like that. If you look at your candlestick patterns, they call it 3 black soldiers or rising within, just three candle bullish candles. Now, once that candlestick form, is a continuation pattern. If you want to follow uptrend with candlestick, this is specifically if you want to follow uptrend with candlestick. So if it pops up, if you see that 3 consecutive bullish candle, it tells that this is going to go up. So when we bring up the idea of imbalance, you don't expect price to feel imbalance at that point. So when you see these particular candles, like that 3 black soldiers or what, once you see it on your chart, just know that price will go up. And that was what price did. So after it formed, it consolidated a little, which was gathering momentum to push price to the upside. So specifically on candlestick, yes, there are patterns you want to see on your chart that indicates continuation of price. Now, when we take you guys into structure, I'll then teach you how you can tap into internal range liquidity to continue a particular trend. I believe I've answered your questions.
Yes, thank you.
If you're not clear on it, you can still try make me know where you're stopped.
No, I'm very clear. I understand.
All right.
Yeah, leader Ocean. So I believe right now there is no other questions. So if there is, please you can identify so we can answer the question. If there isn't, leader Ocean, please you can just help us with the wrap up.
All right, thank you so much, Leader Abioya. You're amazing. Leader Godswill, thank you so much for coming out today. Our next Zoom is tomorrow. We have prospect meeting tomorrow. Please and please and please let us invite our prospects. Please, 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 please. Let us make sure we come with at least one person. Don't come alone to the prospect meeting. Tomorrow is prospect and guest meeting. So please bring at least one person. I always say if you don't show people a good business, they'll do a bad business. So please and please let us share this RoyalQ gospel, please. Also, bring somebody. You might get a giveaway tomorrow. All right. To all my co-hosts, thank you so much, and God bless you. And to everyone here, take out time to attend Zoom. Coming here to learn. Thank you so much. Also, if you miss our Zoom for anything, we have the recordings up on our YouTube channel. You can always go there and watch it. Even if you want to revise, you also have access to rewatch that on our YouTube channel. So I believe we do not have any other Zoom. We have weekdays. For weekdays, our Zoom is 8:30 p.m. That's Monday to Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, we have Zoom for 6 p.m. So please and please, we are out here dishing out knowledge. All you have to just do is just come and get the knowledge. It's not possible for us to attend to everyone individually. So please always try as much as possible to attend the Zoom. Please, the YouTube channel. I don't know if any of my co-hosts can drop the YouTube link, but our YouTube name is RoyalQ Team Digital Gold. I'm gonna just drop it. RoyalQ Team Digital Gold. That's our Zoom, that's our YouTube name. You can access the recordings on there. All right, like I said, tomorrow is our prospect meeting. Please let us try as much as possible to invite people. Please always try to come to Zoom. It's not the one you say, my upline is not answering me. Come to Zoom. You have access to come here to learn, ask your questions. If you don't understand, we'll explain to you. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. You all are amazing.
I agree. Bye, everybody.